mythical creatures. Mermaids, dragons, elves, leprechaun, asps and innumerable other mythical creatures lurk deep in the darkness that surrounds us, yet much more dangerous ones are embedded within our inner darkness, waiting to be awakened and summoned to reality by a trigger of fear and an act of defiance. Our journey starts from an ancient Phoenician city in the north of Lebanon, its named city of Tripoli, and its previous name was Atha. The city of Tripoli was named so by the Greeks. The name derives from Greek language as in Triapolis, or City of the Three Poles, due to its strategic role in ancient times, where the three superpowers of that period used to convene in a periodical summit to keep the peace pacts signed between them in that specific region. Persians, Greeks, and Romans were most probably those superpowers of the time. In fact, it was regarded to be the first recorded international city in human history. The city is full of ancient ruins, citadels, mosques, and old bazaars, but above all, underneath the city lays several shallow and deep, muddy and damp tunnels, humid and suffocating with the smell of ancient mysteries and legends buried deep within its ruins. Some of those tunnels spread from the famous citadel in Abu Samra to the port city of Minna, some 5 kilometers away or so, connecting with another citadel called Burj El Sabah, or the Lion's Tower. It was there where I grew up into adolescence. I grew learning of telltales of ancient times in ancient worlds and mystical creatures, saints and sages, demons and angels, and an asp. A horrifying asp that reaped terror into the hearts and souls of those who fell victims under its spells. An asp often described by the locals as not of this world did really exist according to local city dwellers, which some of them had seen in present life and are able to describe and pinpoint its probable location beneath the city. This asp had small horns, a small beard like chin hair, and small claws. They speak of its resemblance to a dog-face-like creature with big red hypnotic eyes that freeze its victim in split seconds. Several attempts were made to kill this creature, but none of them succeeded as one may envisage. I searched for this asp for years during my childhood and adolescence. I even went inside one of the tunnels that the asp was sighted in several decades ago. A very creepy and eerie feeling befell me while I was entering the tunnel. I could not continue due to lack of equipments and manpower to dig my way through. Years after that, while I was on a visit to the city, I heard of an incident taking place in that area, and approximately 500 meters away from that old tunnel location near the famous citadel of Tripoli in Abu Samra. People reported hearing strange stridulating in the middle of the night. Some even described it like sound of retreating waves on seashores. Out of sheer curiosity, I went to investigate this incident. I asked the nearby neighbors to tell me what they heard and what they saw. 2 of them claimed that they saw a huge snake coming out of the ruins nearby, sizzling, slithering and stridulating. They tried to shoot it down, but they swore that they hit it and the bullets did not kill it. At the end of a 5 minutes confrontation with it, it retreated back to where it came from, underneath. The locals claimed that this asp was one of the children of the old infamous asp, who used to be seen drinking from Abu Ali River, which is located a couple of 100 meters down from the citadel. The tale says that the tail of the old asp was in the citadel while its head was at the river. Years went by, and destiny brought me back to the city of Tripoli, when another weird story spread a previous dawn. In another ancient location full of underneath tunnels, called Al-Kanak, locals claimed they couldn't sleep the night due to very strange, terrible and scary shrilling and yelping in what sounded like a big quarrel underneath their homes. The locals hurried to summon up the spiritualist and the recognized religious figures of the town to expel this horrible evil from underneath them. Several of the recognized authorities of mysticism attended in an attempt to investigate and confront the source of these strange and evil sounds, with no success. Then out of the sudden, just after dawn, the locals sighted a medium-sized strange-looking serpent crossing the road. They hurried towards it, hurtling and shouting, carrying sticks and bricks and whatever they could find on their way towards it. They cornered it and started their aerial attack, bombarding it with all of what they've got. Until 3 young men amongst the attackers succeeded in subduing the serpent and ending its life. That same morning the story spread all over town. I went immediately to the area and started investigating this incident. I searched and found 2 of the 3 young men who killed the serpent. And I questioned them about what happened and asked them to detail to me what they experienced. They both reported the eerie, deafening sounds that previous night till dawn, and they claimed that while they were chasing that strange-looking serpent across the road, a couple of cars stampeded the serpent, and when they did that, the car doors suddenly opened and closed by itself in a very violent and scary manner that could not be explained by any of the eyewitnesses at the site. I asked them to take me to where they left the serpent corpse several hours earlier, and when we went there was nothing found, which added more bewildering to the already strange mystery foretold. Please note that this is not a science fiction editorial or a tale from a storybook. These things actually happen, and reports of mythical creatures are recorded all over the world. Some even succeeded in documenting some pictures and video clips of such creatures. Most are fake, but some seems to be genuine enough to be reconsidered for further future investigation. We are very interested in research covering this area, especially anything related to mermaids and dragons in ancient Europe, and one specific legend of what they call in the Middle East the legend of the 40 Wallis, or the 40 Sages. We invite all of those interested in mythology to provide us with information and references they may come up with related to the above. Subscribe and stay tuned for our next video. Feel free to like this video and leave a comment, as we'd love to know your thoughts.